Hello and welcome to the Dancing Frogs and Happy Dogs River Lodge here in beautiful Watseka, Illinois. Today is Harvest Day. We are harvesting honey. We've gone into the home. There's been a very strong nectar flow going on, and I was happy to see that the honey super that I put on top, which I'm using deep frames, as opposed to like the Illinois frames, which are almost like half this size. But deep frames, they filled it up in about 3 weeks. Started off with just a foundation. They had to build the honeycomb, which I don't know how much I can go in on this, but you can see the honeycomb in there. And if you can see in this, because I am filming this alone, there is you'll see the uncapped cells and then the capped cells over here. However, they're all pretty much filled up, so I decided to go ahead and do a complete harvest of that. And I did take out 3 frames 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago. And I put in 3 foundations to replace them. They have them almost entirely filled out with comb. So I'm very happy, and these bees are just amazing. The stuff that they can get done in such a short amount of time. But anyway, we're harvesting. I got my extractor, and it makes life really, really easy. I thought that I'd be able to just lay them in this Tupperware container and let them drain. Didn't work. The only way to do that is literally scrape off all that hard worked wax that the bees made and then crush the honey out of it. I didn't want to do that. I don't want to make the bees work more than what they have to. So what I'm doing now is I'm just uncapping the capped cells. There's 2 ways that you can do that. And one, you can use, well, the old way, they used to use a knife. Unless you're really careful, it destroys the honeycomb quite a bit. I've already found that out working on one of them. There's an electric capping knife that you just come through and you can scrape it off, and it works wonders. But I came across a new thing. I don't know if I could show this up close, but it's a decapping comb. I don't know what it's called. I forget what it's called, but anyway, it just pokes holes as you go through. It just pokes holes into the cap, and it allows the honey to come out as you do that, but it makes it very easy for the bees to actually go in there and repair it after you put it back in. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I've already done it to the other 3 frames that are in the extractor. And anyway, I'll do this so you could possibly see this. You just go through and lightly do this. We have a bunch of hoverflies around here that keep lighting on me. And I definitely have gotten over my thing with bees, because normally I'd be thinking, oh my God, I got bees on me. And now I can really care less, other than the fact that those little hoverflies sure do tickle. Anyway, so like I said, I am just opening up the capped cells. All of these over here are uncapped, so the honey will flow out. The wonderful thing about bees, well, the many wonderful things, but the cells that they make actually angle up to a degree. Instead of just being straight across, they angle up so that the honey flows back into the frame. And then I guess it's just like a capillary action. It makes it hard for it to actually flow out. They actually have to pull it out, which is why it wasn't working when I cut the wax caps off and turned it upside down in this container. So anyway, I've already extracted some, and it's worked swimmingly well. This is almost ready to go. And I'll take some pictures afterwards to show just how much honey is coming out, but it's working really, really well. So anyway, I've got this off. You can see I've broken through the wax caps. The other part didn't need it. Hopefully this is focusing. If not, you're seeing a blurry thing. But anyway, I'm going to put this in the extractor. I will take a picture so you can see in the extractor. I'm going to put our cover on. That honey is good. to start spinning. And I had a choice. I could have gone with an electric one that did this automatically, or I can go with the people-powered one. So I went with the people-powered one, and I am not disappointed at all. It is super easy to do. But what this does is it takes the honey, you face the frame out, and through centrifugal action, it flings it out on the wall of this device, and it seeps down to the bottom. And there's a little gate valve at the bottom there that then you can collect all of it. You filter it out. There's all sorts of bits of wax, and sometimes this gets a little out of balance, so you got to be kind of careful. But you'll filter out the little bits of wax and any other impurities. If you are harvesting from a brood comb or from the brood box, there's likelihood you might get a bee or two in there. And that basically, you just filter it out. The other thing I have to say, which too bad there's not smell-o-vision on here, the aroma from this is absolutely magical. They actually do bee aromatherapy in Slovenia in the beehive houses. And it's beyond just smelling good, it also has therapeutic value. And it's a smell I can't even describe. It's beyond honey, albeit it does smell a lot of honey. But it just has this warm, cinnamony, honey goodness to it that just feels oh so good. And the hive box that I have smells of that. The other thing that I was really happy about was that I did get quite a bit of propolis. I've heard so many things about it. A beekeeper out of Georgia that I went to visit, his name is Brian Dreber from Drebbyville Hives. He's one of the leaders in getting the Slovenian beehive started here, or an American version of the Slovenian style beehive. So I went to visit his operation in Georgia. Kat and I went there, and you go into his facility there and you could smell that bee aroma and everything else. But he takes the propolis and he makes the tincture with that. Basically, he puts the scrapings, and I'll show some pictures or a video of that later, but he puts that in Everclear grain alcohol and he lets it steep. And it eventually will break down. Even that takes a while for it to do. But he said he takes a spoonful of that a day, and he's not been sick for 10 plus years. He has antiviral properties, antibiotic properties, and the bees harvest it from resins and saps from various different plants and trees in the area. And it's a big thing in Europe right now, and becoming a big thing over here too. So anyway, I'm going to go check on the status of if the one side got harvested. We'll tone that down. And okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, so I don't know if you'll be able to see it from here. Hopefully this isn't turning into a blur, but this is the unextracted side. This is the extracted side. So you can see there's a teeny bit of honey that I didn't, break through. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to leave that. And the bees can easily go right through and fill this right back up again. They rebuild up the comb, and yeah, they're pretty marvelous with that. So we're going to go ahead and spin this around. And I'm going to do that to the other 4 frames. And we'll continue on from there. And I will be showing more of the harvest that we get. We'll see just how much of a harvest we get. This is 10 frames. Each frame is about 6 to maybe 8 pounds worth of honey and wax. But so let's say 6 pounds of honey. So we should be getting close to 60 pounds of honey. Anyway, yay.